Hello, I'm Koreina Cat, and this is Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest Playthrough! Yes! Ow, that hurt my head. Anyway, I don't know, something about riots and politics and... Oh yeah, possibly a new primal, so let's deal with that. I think I know the primal. Taking a sweet gander. Voice acted? Of course not. Fixing my non-existent tie. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. Ramuh?
I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain?
The elder seeds here informed us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion.
Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory.
The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? And if preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen. Just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. I told Papa Limo. I suppose I could have reported things to Menphilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory? They already summoned Ramuh once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest.
And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god.
I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming.
Indeed. One cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Itzalia, for your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solus, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity?
I'm sorry, you want me to talk to Ramuh? Just walk right on up and be like, hey, yo, what's up? Don't kill people. We good? Right?
Maybe with not such slang-filled terms, but yes. If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning.
A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would have not been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nations most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seer has requested your personal involvement, Xaeus. Pray, report to Commander Hulor. I don't know, the commander guy at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. No, they won't. Frackin' liar. The poor guy didn't even say a single word. He's just here. He's like, yeah, I need to... Oh, all right. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I have to say. I was coming to say that Ramuh isn't being summoned. But fine.
We have scrolls full of... Oh, wait, no, she's over there now. Hey, Gary, do you have any books for me to read? What's in all these bottles? Can I have some? Wow, this makes my head spin. Oh, you didn't say yes, did you? Oh,
Stop
well.
giving the child alcohol. My God.
I'll just drink some more.
Onwards to Gridania.
Wait, what? Where you go? Where? Xaeus, what's going on?
I'm going to Gridania. Something about killing a god.
Huh.
Actually, Xaeus, I'm mistaken. I'm supposed to have a nice cup of tea and chat with this one.
Oh.
Yes. Hello, I'm here to chat with and not at all kill Ramuh.
Xaeus of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seer, however, would speak with you first. Smooth. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray, make your way to Nafka's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand.
just slowly move over so I'm still in front. Oh, God. Oh, I keep forgetting that there's an exit on the other side. Oh, yeah, no, this time I'm supposed to try to talk to him, so we'll see how that goes.
To a primal?
Yes. To Ramuh. Ah, Sid. Anyway, Final Fantasy 16 is really cool. Everybody should go play it. It's great. Wow, the whole gang's already here. Sophic Servant? Ma'am, no.
Oof.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
I don't think I'm the best one for that, but okay.
The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Once again, probably the wrong person for this,
Dear
but
friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
this is a really big ask. Just saying. Stoic nod. Oh,
You have my thanks.
the sylph is so happy.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
I'm just saying, this is a lot to throw on me. Especially being somebody who's very, punch first, ask questions later type of person.
You got this.
Slash doubts? Where are you coming from?
Yes.
Hello, Serpent Lieutenant.
Exali of the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to the treat with the primal Ramuh himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told. Where are you? I've been. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, but we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings.
I mean, I guess so, but...
I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location of where the touched one summoned Lord Ramuh. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please, come with this one.
Okay. Okay, I believe you. How's it going, Xaeus?
For the third time today. What?
Oh, I'm gonna go talk to Ramuh. Peaceful negotiations, if you will.
They picked you for this.
Yeah, I told them not to. But they did anyway.
They should have listened.
Anyways, onwards deep into the scary forest I go. Gosh, it's so much better now that I can fly. Although poor Xaeus.
Poor Xaeus, indeed.
You didn't do a good job at escorting me, Maxia, I'm just saying, but... And suddenly, out of nowhere, training. Whoopsies.
Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully, and keep an eye out for touched ones.
Okay. Onwards! Hey, Maxia, why do you keep leaving me like that, man?
This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. You draw too close to Lord Ramuh, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, walking one.
The rackety frick? Navika's teats! Oh, yeah, I did that all on my own. Hey, Xaeus, what's up? You got an Asuna on you by any chance? I'm taking poison damage.
Tough it out, you got this.
I am no longer poison damaged.
Good work.
Rub some dirt in it.
It'll counteract the poison.
Yes.
So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Oh yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ida's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up.
Not Ida. Y'shtola.
You should have seen the look on Y'shtola's face when the one impersonating Ida suddenly showed up.
That's quite enough, Papalimo.
My apologies. It's not really to so... At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To it, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. Come, Xaeus, the Lord of Levin awaits.
Oh, joy. Oh, good Jesus. Nope. What happens if I get knocked off my mount while I'm in the sky? Oh.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of Heidemann. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Ramuh got an earring.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
He seemed friendly.
Quite friendly. Well, that's a thing. You ready to go face Ramuh?
Always.
Yay! Let's do it unsynced for easy peasiness. Yay! That's cool stuff. Our guy's gonna get marked in 2 seconds.
Thou art brave, bringer of light. Yet bravery alone shall not convince me of thy worth.
Guy,
True, I pronounce thy sentence. By the radiance of Eld be judged. This battle shall decide thy fate. Canst thou weather mine awakened ire? Thy judgment is nigh. To me, my arbiters. Where did they all go?
yay, we did it!
Good work, Xaeus.
Yes.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Yes, clearly. Also, was there loot in there? Because I didn't look.
There was not.
Okay.
Well, as far as killing gods go, that was very different than what you're used to, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that he wasn't just immediately filled with a hatred to annihilate me, but you know.
That's a good thing. Oh, sorry, continue.
He wasn't overly happy, though.
Would not have expected that. But it's a good thing that the Sylph leader gave you that crystal out of their butt and into your hand.
Out of the butt and into your hand it goes. Indeed.
Xaeus, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramuh received your visit?
Not good. I killed him.
He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters.
Sure, we'll go with that.
The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Xaeus. The Elder Seed Seer Ganondorf next to me must be informed of your deeds at once.
I didn't even notice. I think he's a samurai. Yes, he's a samurai.
Yeah. The Elder Seed Seer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania following Ganondorf, and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Nafka's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Xaeus.
Onwards to Gridania. Oh, okay, that works, I guess. I can fly, so I've been trying to fly more.
Always good to spread your wings.
If only. Damn it. La da di da di da la di da la di da la di da. Hey yo, I killed Ramuh.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this.
Okay, yeah, but I murdered him like in cold blood. Like, he wanted peaceful. I said no. So
I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Exactly what I just said. I chose conflict over peace because that's who I am as a person. Next time, don't trust that in me.
Ramuh made trial of you?
Sure. I don't know why everybody keeps thinking that.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Good to know?
By doing what exactly?
Yeah, no, right?
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
You may have felt Ramuh, but you cannot. Well, he's talking. Thus ends another daunting mission, Xaeus? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Xaeus? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day?
I mean, like, I guess so. You should have seen Maxio when we got back to Little Solace. Grateful is an understatement. I thought he was going to shake Papalymo's hand off.
I fancy my presence was more help than hindrance during our troubles with Leviathan, but this time around, well, even I have my off days.
I mean, you were like here. I don't even think you said anything. It would seem that Yida's appraisal of the situation held some merit after all. Mayhap I should not be so swift to discount her intuition. Yelling at them again about the child.
You've been kidnapping this child for better on a year now.
The person that's standing there with you, I'm pretty sure it's just a Lalavo. I don't think that's the child they're talking about.
It is not, no.
Oh.
Also, they trimmed that quest down too. You used to have to deal with the Sylph trickery, which admittedly was cool, but it's more running around.
Yeah. I guess they don't want unnecessary running around, right?
It just kind of sucks because at one point you see Ida talking to her reflection. They're both like pantomiming each other.
Oh, wow. Actually, you know what? Well, actually, I probably skipped all this stuff when I initially played, so.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Xaeus. Words of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascians' immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Oh, joy.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
"'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated."
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether-given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Igaiorum is female.
Oh. The The Lord of Levin is returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him.
Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. Ultima's probably female.
The limitless potential of man, Heidelberg's servant, grows mightier by the day.
Yet she proposes at great cost to her mission. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hand shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again.
What was that statue?
That is supposed to be Zodiac.
Oh, interesting. Well, with that, that's gonna be it for this one. So, yeah, we defeated Ramuh and had a history lesson. What else is new? Anyway, until next time on Final Fantasy XIV Men's Scenario Quest playthrough. Yes. All right. Bye.